digging in the crates for something good. Hidden gems often misunderstood. 'Cause you know there's no such thing as too much. Miscellaneous important stuff.
Welcome back to the show. This week, my mom was here again. I had a conversation with my mom over the phone, which is something I've been meaning to do for a while. Not talking to my mom on the phone, but just recording a podcast over the phone because, well, I think there's a lot of opportunity to record podcasts with people outside of the state and friends outside of the state and to take this a little bit further than I have. So I've run into some trouble when trying to figure out the best way to record phone calls, but I think I found a solution. I think it went pretty well, so that's what this is today. We mostly just chit-chatted about life. We talked about marriage. We talked about college. We talked about the lottery. And, you know, just enjoyed a good 40-minute-ish conversation. It was great. I love talking to my mom. I hope that after listening to this, you can see why I love talking to my mom. She's such a great person. She's someone that I wish more people could know. She's so fun and smart and funny. I feel like I've gotten a lot of my personality from my mom. I love her. But anyway, this conversation was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Here it is.
Hello.
Hi there, I'm back.
Okay.
Can you hear me just fine?
Yeah.
All right, I think I figured something out. It's not what I want it to be, but it'll work for now.
Okay.
All right, ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be a podcast.
Oh, I thought we were just testing.
No, this is going to be a full-on podcast.
Holy crap. Okay.
I shouldn't have told you. I should have told you at the end. That's all right. You'll be fine.
It'll be all right.
It's just going to be chatting for 40 minutes if you have 40 minutes.
Yeah, I got 40 minutes.
Why, you don't have anything else going on?
Oh. No, I guess I won't bake that cake I was going to do.
Were you really going to bake a cake?
Oh.
Oh. Well, it sounds like something you might do. Jeez. I'd eat a cake. I mean, I guess you shouldn't bake a cake for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need any more.
Well, Ryan's there.
He's still got his cupcakes and his cookie in there from his birthday.
You got him his cookie?
I went and got him a small cookie over at Eileen's.
Yeah, you know what we didn't do this year? We didn't have cakes for everybody, and I feel like we should.
We don't normally because we just go out to eat and then everybody leaves.
I know, it's not the same anymore.
Samantha brought Cody cookies because that's what he always likes.
Like Walmart cookies?
Yeah, those ice cookies that he likes.
Oh.
She brought him that.
That's nice. I didn't get anything. Just kidding.
No, you didn't.
No, I got cheesecake at work, I think. Yeah. Well, I know I got cheesecake at work.
Oh, well then that's fine. You're done. You don't need another cheesecake.
I know. I didn't think about it till right now when you said it.
You know, all of the holidays, birthdays, everything is weird now.
What do you mean? Because we're all grown up?
Grown, and there's significant others and other families, and, you know.
Isn't that what you expected, though? Isn't that what you want? You had three wonderful sons. Mm-hmm. and a wonderful daughter.
Right.
And all of them are adults now.
Right, I like that.
Yeah, don't you want everyone to have a significant other, or?
I do. I'm just saying it's different, and I haven't adjusted quite well yet.
Oh, how are you? Like, what's the issue? You just miss everybody?
Well, it's just different because it's not just us. Now there's other people involved, and then like, I think it was last Thanksgiving where Cody and Kennedy didn't get to come over until the end of Thanksgiving Day, and it's just not the same routine.
I know, but there'll be a day where everyone's there, everything's normal. Maybe we just kick the significant others out for a day, Say, hey, this is our thing.
Everybody go to your own families.
Yeah, we haven't done this in 10 years, so you're out. Sorry.
It's
I don't
gonna
make the rules.
probably end up being the thing, where some families have their Thanksgiving meal the Saturday before, that thing.
Yeah, I was always jealous of those people, though.
You were? Why?
I don't know, because they always complain, like, oh, I gotta have 3 Thanksgivings, and I gotta do one with this family. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry that you have so many people to see.
Well, the one good thing is I have 4 grown adult children, and I'm waiting for them to start taking on the let's have Thanksgiving at my house or...
Well, as you know,
Yeah.
my current situation is not really set up for well, I don't know, maybe it could.
It could be.
I'm making
It could be.
I'm making some changes around here, as I told you about. I could probably host a few people. I don't know, maybe I'll do it. Like for Christmas
well,
or
we're going
something.
away this year, yeah.
Well, it's Christmas.
I think Brian said he wanted us to come to his house for Christmas.
Well, that sounds nice too.
Yeah, I figured so. We'll get you next year.
Well, it's because Samantha and him, they have that nice new house now, so.
Right, and he wants to be celebrating his house.
Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just assuming that I'll probably never get married or have kids? Have you just accepted that?
No.
Why not? I have.
Why would you just accept that?
I don't know. Sometimes it seems easier.
You're still young. Goodness.
Yeah, I know.
I
But
really don't think about it. But yeah, I don't think you're never getting married.
what if I never got married? Is that going to bother you?
No.
Jeez, you're not getting remarried. You seem to make that very clear. Right?
Right.
So can't expect much from me. I just try to follow in your footsteps.
Well, then you'd get married, because I did get married once.
No, only your footsteps from here moving forward.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I'm probably baking a cake tonight.
Hey, whatever you want to do, you do it. You do you.
You don't believe that.
Why don't I?
You really do? I mean, I appreciate that you don't bother me about having kids, but I'm just saying how...
I'm not going to get mad if you don't get married or have children.
I know, that's why you're a good mom, I guess.
I guess.
Maybe
You need to go out and live your own life.
I know. Who knows what that is, though, right?
Well, you'll figure it out sooner or later.
Well, the problem is it's hard to have that kind of life when I'm doing the things that I'm doing, though.
Right?
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
It's hard to have time for anybody else. I don't even do a good job of having time for family.
No, you sure don't.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make something of myself.
Oh.
It's hard.
Well, we can say we knew you in, I guess.
No, you can say you still know me then.
Right.
Wait, I messed that up.
Uh,
I don't like that. I don't like the idea that everyone is just doesn't see me or that I'm the absent one, but that's also another reason why you can't really be with somebody in a significant relationship either.
well, at some point you have to decide
What do
what's
you-
most important in your life. Do you want to have a partner in life, or do you only want to work yourself to death in life?
I think
There's got to be a happy medium there.
no, there doesn't.
Why?
I think people who want to do big things and have big goals and plans, I think there's not always a happy medium. I think you're either all in or you just don't do it. You can't really halfway do it.
Yeah, but they usually still have a significant other.
Yeah, but you see, okay, but there's some people that are sort of successful or they're mildly successful or they you know, they do some stuff, like maybe they have a YouTube channel and they post videos, but they're not really giving 100% of themselves. And there's so many people out there doing creative work now to really stand out and to really be successful. I feel like you gotta either do it or don't do it, but don't halfway do it.
And then what if you do it 100%, 110%, whatever, you're all in, and it still doesn't go where you want it to be? Then you're up to that point in your life, and you're like, well, man, I could have, done other things, or,
Well, I do know. I've thought about that a lot, but then that's the risk you take, right?
I guess.
I'd rather.
As long as you don't look back and regret anything.
I'm sure I will, but I'd regret things the other way too. I'd rather try it and just, exhaust myself trying to do something than do nothing at all and wonder what I could have done.
Right.
I've just never been the type of person who's just like, all right, graduated high school, graduated college, check, check. Now I need to find a wife. Check. She's nice, I guess. And then need to have a couple kids. Check, check, check.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I was. What I wanted was marriage and children. So that was my goal. And yours is different. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody's different, and you have to do you.
I know.
So if that's what you prefer and that's what you want to work on, then that's what you do.
It is, but there's still sacrifices. Like, you sacrifice things by getting married, by having kids. There's things you miss out on,
Right.
Same as me. There's good things about getting married. There's good things about having kids, but I just can't. I'm too obsessive about what I do, and I don't feel like I've really got to where I want to be yet. So it's really hard to imagine being with anybody.
Well, I'm at a point though where, see, I did that, and now I can do other things still.
Yeah. We're like in the same place but opposite places.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Well, you have time. In a way I have time. Like, I have time to do the things I want. You have time to do the things you want. Like, if you were to just stumble upon a hobby right now,
Right, but you can't wait forever to have children and get married.
No, but
I guess you have a while if you want to be a George Clooney. Yeah, you're fine.
I don't really want to be that either. But I'm saying we're the same and opposite, because we both have time to pursue the things we want to pursue. But you already did the marriage thing. You're past that. I have yet to do that, and I've thought a lot about it.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think you should find a hobby, though. I think you would like having a hobby.
Oh, I will find a hobby eventually.
I'd like you to find something to obsess over.
Oh.
In a positive way.
Yeah, if I could win the lottery, I would do volunteer work and help animals.
I was going to ask you about that. I was going to ask you about the lottery. Do you really want to win the lottery?
I do.
But why? Haven't you know all the terrible stories about people winning the lottery? Why don't you think that's going to happen to you?
Because I know how to save my money and what to do with it, and I'm not going to tell anybody I want it. And
no, I don't. I think a lot of the stories aren't even about people winning it though and losing it. It's about winning it and finding out how there's all these terrible people around you that just want to use you.
That's what I'm saying. You don't tell everybody you won.
Oh, people find out. Are you kidding me? It's like trying to keep a secret at work. You go, all right, don't tell anybody.
Way.
It's like
there's no way.
It's like being at a job, because I've seen this happen a lot where I'm at now, where somebody will say, all right, I'm quitting, don't tell anybody. And then you'll talk to somebody else and they go, hey, did you hear that so-and-so's quitting? I'm like, how'd you know? I thought we weren't telling anybody. All of a sudden, everyone knows this thing that nobody was supposed to know.
Right.
Like, how'd that secret get out?
But yeah, I would like to win the lottery, and I would like to do volunteer work.
Okay.
I would like to have the money so I don't have to worry about money, because I really hate money.
Well, everyone hates money. I mean, in that nobody wants to think about needing it. Right.
I hate that I have to have it, or I have to worry about having it.
So what if you just won like $100,000? Would that do the same thing for you? Like, is there...
You think I could retire on $100,000? I just
Maybe.
don't feel like I could.
Maybe if you, well, because you get Social Security eventually too. Like you could definitely live on $100,000 for some years if you invested it, right?
That's a long ways away.
I know you're what, 40
Social
now?
Security.
What?
Social Security is a long ways away from me.
What is it? What is Social Security? 65?
It's 70 to get your max amount of money.
What? 70?
Yeah. I mean, you can
Yeah.
retire earlier than that, but you don't get the max amount of money coming to you.
See, this is why I've changed my opinion on just like living that responsible life where you want to put money into a 401k and you make sure you put the right amount in that and you just sit on it and you're just working your whole life at, jobs that you may not like, doing things you may not want to do, just hoping that you even live to 70. And then at that point, you're just hoping that you can walk or run or be active at all. And then maybe you go on some cheap vacations because you're like, well, all I'm getting is Social Security, which isn't much money.
Right.
So I'm like, geez, I'd almost rather just work till I die if I have to, but take the chance and like put everything I have, all my effort into making some real money.
Yeah.
And making something of myself. And I mean, geez, seriously, the idea of like living that life, everyone's like, all right, you have to, you really need to put money into this 401k. You really got to take that seriously. I'm like,
well, really, if they taught it better in school, I think, so that I was smarter, if they taught you how to do it to where you start saving, with your very first job or whatever, you should be able to save up, way, a lot of money to retire on. Lots of people nowadays can retire early if they do it right.
That's true. Like, I never thought about how I could use that, any strategy to retire early. It was just like, all right, you're putting money away for Social Security, but so who's thinking about being 60, 70 when you're like 18 years old? Nobody's thinking about that.
Yeah, but the way that everything's going, it's scary to think that what if there isn't going to be a Social Security one day?
Well, that too. I just don't like relying on other people. I want to make my money. I don't want to be looking to other people like, well, why don't you have that for me? I deserve
the retirement thing used to be 62, I believe, but as people are living way longer, that's why it's moved up.
See, just another reason to make some real money.
Yeah.
Or win the lottery, I guess.
Or win the lottery.
Are you even playing the lottery, though?
Not very often.
Well, if you're not playing, you can't win the game.
Well,
you're like, I really wish I could win the World Cup. Do you play soccer?
I'm that person that, where you listen to the winner and he says, yeah, it was my last dollar. I played it on the lottery and he won millions.
Yeah. Well,
I wish that was me.
Everyone does. I think I don't want to win because I think I wouldn't be any happier. I'd feel like I didn't earn it.
Oh, I'd be happier.
Well, I think but different plays. You've worked your whole life. You probably feel like you have earned it.
I've already thought about the things I would do with it.
Yeah. Well, most people who play think about the things they're going to do with it, though.
I guess.
They don't play and go, I have no idea what I would do with that money. But boy, I hope I win.
I would get you a house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you saying I need a house? Is that your way?
You need a house.
Why?
Well, because you are stuck in that teeny weeny apartment, and you need some room to
Excuse
spread
me.
out.
I'm not in an apartment. I am in a podcast/TV studio.
Exactly.
That is getting better by the day.
You need your own home that you could tear up.
I do think about that a lot because I have all these ideas and I can do them, but I have to modify them so I don't destroy a wall.
But your ideas have changed because you used to talk about moving too.
I know, but then I got so far into what I was doing in here that to just take everything apart to move out, it's not worth it. The time I would lose. The time I would
lose. Now you're living there forever?
No, but I just signed a year lease. I need to stay here for at least the year and use the space that I just created. Otherwise, I feel like I'd lose a bunch of time moving to a new place and trying to set it up again.
Okay, I'll just pay your rent for the year then and buy you a house.
Yes.
All right.
See, but also I wouldn't even want that because I would hate, because then the story would be later if I was successful that, they'd forget all the other work. They would just, the story would be that Jay Sheldon's mom paid for his rent. Did he really earn anything he has?
Tell him how that was your rise to fame story. Your mom had to pay your rent.
Yeah, see, I don't want that story. I don't want that to be the 2020 story or whatever.
You need to quit worrying about what everybody else thinks.
Well, yeah, of course.
Who cares?
I mean, everyone cares on some level. You care what people think? You can't tell me you don't care what people think.
Sometimes I don't.
Haha.
Depends on my mood.
Well, I know. Everyone tries not to, but everyone at some point cares about what other people think. For no good reason, but everyone cares.
Right.
Why should you care?
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
You're not hurting anybody. You shouldn't.
Yeah, but that's how you get your validation. Well, sometimes. If other people telling you you're great makes you feel great. Right?
I guess so, yeah.
Other people telling you you're terrible doesn't make you feel great.
No.
I mean, that's some next level self-understanding there if everyone's telling you how awful you are and you're like, no, I'm still good. I'm still good. And then if everyone tells you you're terrible, at some point you got to go, maybe I am. I don't know.
Like, you just don't understand me.
Yeah. Well, that's I think most people don't understand other people because they don't listen.
Oh, gosh. People don't listen at all now.
What do you mean now?
I don't know. I've just noticed over the years that most people are really self-involved.
Yeah, do you feel
They don't ask you how you are. They could say, how are you? And you could say, I'm fine. I didn't feel well yesterday. And then they can take that from there and just go on about their whole life.
Yeah. Like, oh, you didn't feel well? There was one time I didn't feel well. And let me take you back. Do you have time? Do you want to sit down? So I didn't feel well once. And, man, it was a terrible day. Sorry, were you going somewhere?
So I try and keep my agony to myself.
See, that's terrible, though.
Well, that's the way it is.
But I feel the same way sometimes. There's people where people I've known for years where you're like, I don't know if you know anything about me, but I feel like I know everything about you.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it, yes.
And it's like that, well, you don't have very much, a strong connection with somebody if they don't know anything about you.
Right. But I also have an issue with trust, so I don't. Yeah, I watch people and I listen to people, and you see if they're telling you all about everybody else, then they're going to be telling all your stuff. I just am leery of that.
Oh, you're so right. The person that complains about every single other person they've ever met.
Right.
And you go, surely you don't like me more than every other person you've met, right?
Exactly. Or am I the only one that listens?
Yeah. Yeah, but if you listen too much, people get mad at you and they're like, why don't you need to say more? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm listening. I think you're misunderstanding what that means.
Yeah, you need to listen.
Yeah, or if you spend a lot of time listening, then you're thought of as shy or too timid. And you're like, no, I'd really just rather listen right now.
Right. Well, I know when I first am around people I don't know I'm more of a listener.
Yeah. I don't know.
What do you feel if you can trust them, what they talk about?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel like you want to, or I worry about making people uncomfortable. Not that I think I'm going to make people uncomfortable, but if you understand what type of person someone is, you understand what you should or shouldn't say around them. Some people don't care at all, but I'm like, well, I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable if they're not okay with this or that or talking about this. So I just...
Right. You got to kind of feel your way and see.
Yeah. So you just say, well, what are they like?
Right.
But other people were like, this is who I am. Oh, you don't like it? Well, this is who I am. Sometimes I want to be like that, but I don't know. I'd rather not make people feel bad, I guess.
Right.
but other people don't care.
No, they don't.
So,
Self-involved.
oh man, do you really think that's changed though, or it's just the
It's
people that
just
you're around?
people that I'm around. I've noticed probably because I stayed home all those years, and now being out in the workforce and everything, and talking to people, it just feels that way.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It depends. No, I feel like I've done a lot of listening, and I'm tired of just listening. And people like you when you listen too.
Oh yeah,
You're their
because
favorite
they're
person.
talking about themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, my God, I don't know
Their
what it is
favorite
about you.
subject.
I don't know what it is about you, but I like you so much.
Exactly.
You're like, because I haven't said anything. And
Yeah.
you feel like you got to bounce all these crazy ideas off a wall.
And then you're like, you say something and they go, "Oh, I didn't know that," and you said, "Well, I told you last week."
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I'm glad you heard me.
Oh, so I guess I won't say anything.
Yeah, or they're like, "Oh my God, this is crazy! I had no idea you did these things." Well, you never asked either, did you?
Exactly.
You just thought I was just this quiet, simple, boring person. Well, joke's on you.
You don't know me at all.
Well, that's still my favorite thing. It came up recently. Your story about being called out at a meeting. You said, "If I have something to say, I'll say it. Thank you." Because that happened to me when we had some sort of meeting, and I was told like I need to say more. And I was like, "Well, I don't really have much to say right now. I'm listening."
Right.
And I don't know how I feel about certain things, and I don't want to just say the first thing that comes to mind.
Right. I'll speak when I'm ready.
Yeah, I don't know why that's such an issue. Just because some people like they know exactly how they feel immediately, and they're like, "This is it. I need you to know." But I got like called out for being so quiet for that because it was our strategic retreat, and I just didn't say much. And I guess that was a big deal for some people. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel. I'll let you know. Ask me later. I don't know.
Exactly. Might be 2 years from now, but I'll tell you.
Jeez. Why does everyone have to be the same? There's this entrepreneur that I like that I like the way he talks about his employees, or at least his approach, because he says that everyone's different and you need to understand what your employees want. You know, some people are driven by money. You give them more money, they'll be happier. Some people they want more time off, so you do that for them. But it's just understanding how they're different.
I think the whole workforce is screwed up.
The whole workforce?
A lot of it.
Why?
People are put into positions that they are not ready for and don't know how to handle. A lot of managers don't know how to handle that position.
Do you want to name names?
No. And just in general, what I'm going through right now with work, and I'm sitting at my desk all day working, and then I hear other people, laughing or, roaming the halls or whatever, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, to not be at the top and have people working for you.
It's like the higher you go, the more money you make and the less work you do.
It's true. Well, it's not always,
just
but
annoying.
Yeah. I'd say it's probably because you're nice.
Probably.
If you were more cutthroat and you tell people this is how it's going to be, then you'd probably have everything you ever wanted.
Could be.
But then you don't want to be that person. It depends. I mean, I think people can make it to the top by working hard, but then there's other positions where all it is personality. You didn't have to do anything.
Right.
Just sort of push your way in there.
Plus, if you have a degree, sometimes that's all people want.
I don't feel like degrees matter anymore. Well, it depends on what it is.
Some companies.
Like for me, I mean, for certain jobs that I could apply for, I guess, yes. But like if I was going to apply for a job, like a degree, it doesn't matter. They just want to see, a reel. They want to see what
Right.
you can make.
Right.
There was one guy that used to work with us for a short time, but I don't even know that he ever went to college. He just had really
Had a
cool
degree.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, I know with going on interviews, there was one time the lady called me about a job, and she said they specifically asked for somebody without a college education, which made me think they didn't want to pay a lot of money.
Yeah, that's part of it.
And I feel like if they have one, then they have to pay more money.
I think that's changing, though. Don't you? I mean,
No.
like that. You don't think so?
Looking at jobs and stuff or online or whatever, a lot of them say bachelor's degree required.
Yeah, I've seen that too, though. And even on our website, or maybe when I applied at the agency I'm at now, it probably said bachelor degree required, but it's not true.
Oh,
And people
why
have
do they have
people
it on
have
there?
said that there, but then I'm not. I don't have one. I don't know
Right.
why. I feel like it's almost like copy and paste. Like it's such a standard thing. Like, hey, we require a bachelor degree. But
Yeah.
does anybody really require one? If somebody shows up and they're like good at, like they have all the skills you need and they're good at what they do and you like them,
I know.
but sometimes you won't even get an interview because they're like, well, no bachelor degree.
Exactly.
They seem great. Got a lot of
Well-
experience.
You just missed out on a great person.
Yeah. But college is so expensive. So I was just listening to a podcast about this, about college debt and how crazy it's gotten.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, anywhere from, 20,000 to 200,000 or more.
Right.
Actually, I want to say there was one, because it was sort of a montage of people saying how much they owed. And I want to say one couple combined, they owed like 600,000.
Oh, my gosh. I hope they had really good jobs.
I'm assuming they had some sort of decent job, because to go into that sort of debt, you're probably going for something bigger than, like, I don't know, a teacher, right?
Right.
I don't even know how you can get into that much debt if you're just going for like a regular degree.
A vet or a doctor or
Yeah.
something.
So, well, do you wish you would have gone and finished college?
No.
Why not?
Just didn't interest me. None of it interested me.
The subjects or just getting a degree?
Well, the fact that you go through 12 years of school and then you have to go to college and then do your general studies again. It's like, I just did that for 12 years. And now you're going to make me do that again
Well, yeah,
to pay for it.
well, because you're trying to specialize in something.
No, I'm talking about you have to take so much math and English
yeah.
all again. It's like, why?
Well, I thought because since I was in community college, I thought it was easier than high school.
You did?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I really did. I remember struggling through, well, because I was in like AP classes and I took AP math and I had a hard time with it, especially since I was falling asleep half the time. But when I got to college, I was like, this is easy. One of them, I think I took math for business careers, and one section was like learning how to balance a checkbook.
Oh,
Yeah, which
That should be in high
doesn't
school.
matter anymore. And I
No.
didn't take that seriously because I'm like, I'm not balancing my checkbook. Sorry, that's going away.
well, the thing is, why don't they have high school or school in general, go all the way through school, and then go to college for your direct thing
Instead
that
of
pertains
taking,
to what you want to do?
well, I know at least for film, they had this thing called a certificate of mastery where you didn't have to take any of the stuff. It wasn't an official degree, but you could take all of your classes that just had to do with film.
Oh, yeah. That makes more sense to me.
I mean, if you go to like a trade school, they do that, right? You go to a VOTech. You're
Right,
not.
a VOTech or a trade school, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about just going to college. Why are you why are you paying for things you don't need for your degree?
'Cause that's a college scam.
Yes, it is.
it's going to end. The college bubble's going to burst because people can't pay for it. Eventually, people are going to stop going to college in the traditional way unless it gets cheaper, because there's so many people that can, or so many careers where you can make money without going to college now.
Like what?
Maybe it's more creative careers. But no, but there's even like, no, there's like if you learn a trade, that's so much cheaper and you can make more money. You can go to we did a video over a truck driving school that was part of a career tech that I think you go for 3 weeks or something of school to learn to drive a truck.
Mm-hmm.
And they start out making like $60,000.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's way better than going to 4 years of school, doing something that maybe you're not even interested in, and then you make like 25,000 starting out. And you go, wait, what did I just waste my time doing? So I think the more people realize that that's available, and they don't feel stupid for not going to college, then they'll probably, go more the trade school route, or take a year off, or go to a community college.
Well, that's the nice thing about in high school when they have that, where you can start on that process early.
What? Learn like the
go to Votech for half your day or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised more people don't take advantage of that, or if maybe they should require it.
Yeah. Well, like I think Cody did it, and maybe Ryan, where they took the one class that you did. I don't know. Like for 6 weeks, you did a different thing, and then.
I did that. That was me.
You did that too? I think Cody did it too.
Career exploration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Like basically intern at a job for so many weeks. I think I did 2 weeks, and then we'd switch jobs. That was fun.
Yeah.
At least felt like you were doing something and learning, and you're out there.
Right. I just think they need to have something more in high school to show all the options. Something, I don't know, to pique their interest.
Yeah.
There's plenty of kids like me that didn't have a clue what they wanted to do. You just felt like you had to go to college and you didn't know why.
Yeah, exactly. They tell you, well, you got to go get an education. I'm like, well, right. But in what?
Exactly.
What do you want me to do? I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, that's tough, because I got lucky in a way, even though for I think a long time I wondered if I really wanted to do what I was doing, or I just like got so caught up in it where I was like I think this is what I'm doing. Yeah. Then I think there was a certain point where I was asking myself if I even liked it, or if I just had done it so long.
Oh, yeah.
But I do like it. I think I just had to figure out how to do it and not kill myself from working so hard or getting burnt out every 3 weeks.
That's the hard part, the burnout.
Yeah, but I used to think burnout was just that I didn't like it. I just didn't like doing this thing. I'm like, no, I'm just doing it too much.
Right.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, I wish I could find my passion.
I think you will. Maybe you should go to what is it? I guess it's like a Votech where you don't, not for a degree, but you can take like a semester class, or you can take
oh yeah, the things that I get in the mail, the Metro Tech and all of them.
Because some of them are like hobby things where you can like try it out.
Like try dancing or
yeah. And you might try it once and find out that it's like your long lost love.
Right. We were just talking about that at work the other day, about like she was watching a show about baking for Halloween or something, and there was a pumpkin carver, and I can't remember what the other thing was, but how do you realize that you're really good at carving pumpkins? I
don't know if you realize it, or you just like learn to do it.
Weird things like that, though. Like you just do it, and then you're awesome at it for some reason, and then you just weird.
Well, maybe if you try enough things, you'll just be good at something.
I guess.
You're like, I don't know what it is, but I win every lottery I play. It's like I'm just good at it.
Or I win at bingo all the time.
I won at Singo.
What's that?
It's like bingo, but they play a song, and then if you have the song on your game board, you put a piece on there, and then so you play the same way.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, and you don't have to know the songs. You can, you can use your phone app that tells you what it is.
Oh, they don't even tell you what the song's called?
No, I think you could ask if you really needed to know, or maybe they say it. I don't remember, but you don't have to know what it is, because if that was the case, nobody would ever win.
Right. Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I've only been once, but it was cool. It's the only time I've ever seen that sort of thing.
Is that the only way they did it? Was songs?
Yeah, but they had different categories, so it'd be like top of the charts, or it'd be early 2000s, or
disco.
Yeah, they just mix it up with so there's like 4 rounds, and they mix it up.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. Or maybe you turn into like an old lady that just goes to bingo every Sunday or something.
I don't know. I think I'd be scared to go to bingo around here.
Why?
I don't know.
I went to one of the bingo places off of I-35, and it was pretty cool. The lady that was like at the cashier didn't seem to like us, but I don't even remember. I feel like we just didn't look like regulars, so she's like, "What do you want?"
You weren't old enough to be there.
Yeah, because that was years ago, so just like everyone else is 60 and over, and then like, "Hey, we just want to play a game. Is that okay with you?"
How do you do this?
Yeah, because I didn't know that either. We had to buy the dabber, and then we were at the table, and there was these people that were actually really nice, helping us, learn the games, because there's several different types of bingo and different rounds, and like, geez, I didn't know what we were getting ourselves into.
I used to play in Indiana on the base a lot, and I had my own dauber.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I was professional.
Did you have like a dauber case, where you like put your suitcase on the table and take your gold dauber out?
No. But I did win a little bit, so I was happy.
How much were the prizes?
Oh, I don't remember.
Was it cash, though?
I think one night I won $100 at the NCO club.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're like, I found my passion. Bingo's fun, especially when you win.
Yeah.
Or you could be like a card counter. Do blackjack.
No, you have to be too smart for that.
I don't think so. I think you just got to practice. But you're smart. You're smart.
I'll pass on that one.
Kept 4 kids alive. I don't know how you do it. Nah, come on. It's fine. I've seen much worse.
I have too.
Yeah, it's rough out there. I was inside the other day, and I heard yelling. Sometimes I hear people down the street because I keep my window open, but it was like yelling. So I went outside. I was like, oh, I got to see this. And it was like, I guess it was a dad with his 3 kids, maybe. And the dad was yelling at one of the other kids, and that kid was like screaming back at him. He's like, why are you yelling at me? He hit me first. And I didn't see that part, but I guess maybe the kids were fighting, and it was like screaming. Like you could have heard it from down the block.
Wow.
And he was like almost approaching the kid like he was going to fight him. He was like, trying to get him to stop and trying to get him to back away. And he's like, everyone in the truck. Everyone get in the truck. It's like, my God. I mean, it was. In
that moment, he's thinking, why? Why did I have these children?
Yeah. Because then even getting in the truck, they're still arguing about who hit who first. And like, oh my God, you're on the street. You're you're in front of apartments.
Oh, they don't even care.
No, because there's ground level apartments that I'm sure those people were like, should we peek out the window? Or
do I need to walk the dog right now?
Yeah, they're blocking my door. So, whoa. So yeah, I think you did just fine.
That's funny. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, any final words? You got any advice for me or anything?
advice. You're doing good.
You sure?
Yeah, we just would like to see you more often.
Oh.
And hear from you more often. If you could just squeeze us in a little more.
Well, I got plans to camp with Ryan again, and I see Cody every Sunday, and...
That's true.
But yeah, I'd like that too. Sometimes I feel isolated, but I do it to myself.
Well, they changed the games to much later. That's why I haven't been going. And they used to be earlier in the day or early evening.
I know, but now that it's football season, I like that it's later most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah, I guess it works out.
At least for now.
Yeah. So when they have an earlier one, I'll go.
Well, maybe I'll just have to go to lunch more often then.
Yeah. It's hard, though, because, Samantha's working, so she can't really go far. I guess we could meet in town.
In town? Like city?
Bricktown, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah, because you guys got more time, but if it's Bricktown, then I can, run over there real quick and get the most out of my lunch hour if I have one.
Yeah. No more going to the movies for you.
No, those days are over for now, I guess. But, I wasn't much happier then either. Like, it sounds good talking about now, but I was going to the movies because I was so miserable at work. I just needed something.
I know. That's so funny.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to me.
All right. Hope it all works out.
You sound like you're saying goodbye to me and I'm moving away to another country. Well, hope you do all right for yourself.
Good luck in the future.
Call if you need anything, I guess. See what I can do.
I'll see you when I see you.
Okay, well, no, this is fun. Was it easier since you're not having to see all the equipment?
Since I'm on my couch in my PJs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep,
that's good. That's good.
Yep.
You can come back. Maybe you can come back and do one with me when I'm doing video. Then make you even more nervous.
Yeah, we still need to do a football one.
Oh, that's right. Well, maybe.
We need to talk about Troy being high and stuff.
Well, I wonder if it should be further in the season when we can figure out if the Cowboys are going to be good or not.
Yeah, because if it's bad, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'd rather just pretend they're not even a team.
Exactly. There is no such team.
Yeah, Cowboys. Is that a soccer team?
Yeah. Or maybe you'll get into it when we just go start talking about the Thunder.
That could be fun too. We'll talk about their losing season.
Hey, now. Don't get started. Give them a break.
All right. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm going to get off here and go to therapy soon then.
All right. Have fun. See ya.
Okay, love you.
Tell them I said hi. Love you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Isn't she great? I feel like I say that about every guest after I'm done, but seriously, just, she's great. But I guess that's it. And I guess I'll have her back soon. I guess we're going to talk about some football or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll even call outside of the state. Maybe I'll call some other friends and family and I'll get that on record. I'm excited. I'm excited about the future. And speaking of the future, I haven't really given an update on my studio in a while because, I don't know if anybody's wondering, but I'm going to give an update anyway. It's coming along. I'm still planning on doing a video podcast portion, but things weren't really working out the way I wanted them to, so I pivoted. I have purchased some new things. I am working on that. It's coming together, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. I just don't want to, I don't want to jump into it before it's ready. So hopefully within the next month or so, things will be where they need to be, and I will be posting pictures, and then I'll have a first episode online. But until then, it's just going to be audio, but I will be here every week, hopefully with something interesting. And if not, I'll still do it. I'll definitely still be doing it. But thanks for listening. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I really do. For those of you that come back every single week, it means a lot to me. It really does. This has been so much fun, and I'm just glad that I get to do it. So that's it for now. But if you like this episode, please let me know. If you hated this episode, please let me know. And if you have any ideas for future episodes, please let me know. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next week.